Recently, democracy was under attack by Sony, well-known bug sympathizers, and bot propagandists. But thankfully, as expected, they didn't win against democracy.
Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I cannot believe what I'm actually reading here. I cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. So Sony have walked back the PSM requirement. In fact, they've removed it. Look at this. Look at this. What the hell is this?
It's amazing. This is what you get when you have a community as good as the Helldiver community, honestly. Which is amazing. And honestly, completely unexpected. Because when I heard about this, I thought, wait, Sony does not care. Sony does not care at all, right? So, how did this happen? Was it actually the fact that Steam was gonna remove Helldivers from the store entirely? Maybe. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you know what matters? The fact that people said what they think, and they obviously think that this is shit. We will not eat the bugs, we will not live in your shitty 5-minute cities, and we will not watch as Bill Gates travels the world on a private jet because he's a good guy. Fuck all of this nonsense. We hate this, and let's express ourselves. Remember, never stop saying what you think.
This is insane. This is actually insane. Look at this. Helldiver fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldiver 2 account linking update. The May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May the 30th, will not be moving forward. I never in a million years thought Sony would ever do this. Because I don't think they even care. But clearly...
Yeah, same. I honestly didn't think this is gonna work. Listen, we're up against Sony. They make tanks and then test them out in hospitals. You know? There's not a lot of chances against that, if we're being completely honest. But it was done. And more victories like this need to be had. In every game, in every genre, everywhere. Speak your mind, say if it's shit. Do not be dissuaded. Get your way as the consumer, as the normal person, as the person who is right.
Clearly they do, and clearly what we've been doing has made a big difference. I cannot believe it. I actually cannot believe it. Feels like this is the only major order that matters that's ever been completed in the game's history. It's insane. Look at this. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2. We'll keep you updated on future plans. I literally cannot believe this. Like, I actually cannot believe it. Like, you guys can see this. It came out at 5 a.m. UK time. I've literally just woken up. It's like 7 a.m. in the UK, and I'm like, what? I wake up, and I'm like, what's going on? Oh, my God, what's this? I can see all these...
You know what's funny? If this is actually Valve's doing, because I can already see someone at Valve being like, oh, Helldivers 2 is doing these things? Gabe? And Gabe's like, send him an email. Yeah, I don't like this. And someone sends Sony an email. Hey, we're removing Helldivers from the store. LOL. Considering we have seen Valve's emails, I assume it's probably like that with an LOL at the end.
These tweets, this is insane. This is actually insane. I cannot believe it. We've got to break this down though. Like, what is going on here? I'm going to show you guys a bunch of tweets here. We're just going to go out because this is frankly insane. This is actually insane. Look at this. This is really cool. And this would be such a Helldiver thing to do. So Johan, the CEO, he says, also, the accidental cape design is pretty cool from a community member. Now, I think this... Yeah, so you know what this is, right? This is an image of essentially the Steam... It's the view... the Steam review thing from the Steam page. Let me load it up. Let me load it up over here. Hang on a minute. It's straight up the Steam review thing for Helldivers 2, which would be an incredible cape. And in fact, it would be a cape.
I saw only the negative reviews for the first 2 days, so this was the 3rd day, I'm assuming. Wow.
That would literally...
This was after the developers effed up and started saying bad things. Because a lot of people agreed. last video about the fact that, well, the developers, while they're not fully at fault for all the shit that's going on here, they chose whom they sleep with at the end. And I'm happy that people agree with this because, there are situations where the developers are not responsible for things like that, but there are situations where definitely you should not separate the developer from the game and whatnot. And I think this was one of those situations. So, let's keep Arrowhead on a tight leash, okay? That sounds like a good idea because all of these big companies like Sony, it's not like they're just gonna give up. They're gonna probably try this shit again after some time. Maybe a couple of months, maybe a year, who knows? But they're definitely gonna try something like this again.
It'd replace the Malevelon Creek cape, which I never ever thought anything would ever replace the Malevelon Creek cape. But this will, look at it, it's so good. Okay, let me show you the graph. Hang on. So the graph would be, hold on a minute, what have I done here? Oh, this would be the graph.
There we go.
Good idea, that would be insane. Okay, let's take a look at all of this stuff because this is just crazy. I cannot believe this. I actually cannot believe. It's like Sony are trying to salvage the game. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. So the CEO was tweeting all this stuff last night, and I just thought it was game over. So he says this: "Is this the moment to tweet what you guys don't have phones?" No, it's never the moment to tweet that. Also, insane story. I'm the guy that went on stage and said that. I was speaking to him the night before he did that because obviously I was at BlizzCon with Overwatch, and he was not looking forward to the day. Although I didn't know what was going to happen, but he was like, "Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time," and it definitely was. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Diablo Immortal definitely was a significant moment when everyone finally understood. Yeah, I think Diablo's fucking dead, isn't it? Yeah, Diablo Immortal definitely was a complete icebreaker at that point. Well, it is what it is. And now Diablo 4 is completely dead.
On a serious note, we're all talking solutions with PlayStation, especially for non-PSN countries. Your voice has been heard, and I am doing everything I can to speak for the community, but I don't have the final say. Now, I have been obviously saying that you cannot just remove the restriction for non-PSN account countries where there's no PSN account available.
Yeah, because by the way, that PSN account thing it's not like PlayStation just chose to not work in those countries. No, it has everything to do with those countries' laws, how it works, do they have trade agreements, and so on. For Japan, I'm assuming that was PlayStation Network. In any case, there's a lot. They just can't magically get PSN in every country,
It would have to be global. You'd have to just say, no, nobody can have it. Let's go. And I can only assume the reason why Sony have done this is the brand damage must have started to impact them for PlayStation because everyone was like, look, you've got Helldivers too. It's literally the biggest.
I checked my Sony stocks, by the way, yesterday, and yes, obviously I have Sony stocks. They fucking killing it. Anyway, I don't think they went down. I don't think they have been down in the past week. But then again, I check them before I go to sleep because that's how I dream good dreams.
This game of the year, one of the best ever live service games, definitely one of the best modern live service games, huge player base, and you've just absolutely annihilated it and it's all over for us. But actually, it seems like that community, because you've got to remember, like the Helldivers community, we have been trained, haven't we, to complete major orders as a community. And this was the only major order that's ever really mattered, and it's been completed in like 3 days. It's actually, I can't believe I'm making this video. Like, I actually cannot stress this enough, guys. I cannot believe I'm actually making this video because I thought this was it. I was actually sitting there thinking, well, I need to tone down my video coverage of this game now because I still enjoy the game, but this is just a joke. Like, they can't get rid of literally, a massive number of their players, and I can't sit here in good faith and carry on making content on this game. But it seems I actually can now because they've sorted it. Oh my God, there's another tweet for the cape. So this was the CEO tweeting about the update. This is the first thing I've seen this morning. And he says this: firstly, I am impressed by the willpower of the Helldiver 2 community.
By the way, are we believing the CEO? Because I'm still not sold. I'm still not 100% sold on everything that's happening. Because still, everything is a little bit like kind of in the mud here. Who's the good guy in the Helldivers development team? Who's the bad guy? Who are the ones for the community? Who just want to lick Sony's boots? I still can't figure all of it out, especially with all the things that happen. Because yeah, there's a lot of things that happen. So I wonder. But in any case, yeah. Helldivers, developers, CEO, they need to be kept on a very, very tight leash at this point.
And your ability to collaborate. Secondly, I want to thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PSN linking optional. We together want to set a new standard.
Okay, so this is not a tweet. This is a corporate message. This is not actually a tweet. You see? This is why I'm a little bit rough around the edges, what I should actually believe here. And again, I still don't actually fully know who is the good guys and bad guys. Is the CEO this guy good or bad? It's hard to tell because obviously he wants to keep his job. And also, a fun thing that we yesterday couldn't understand, and people commented that they also looked into it and could not understand, who actually owns Helldivers? You Google, does Sony own Helldivers 2? The answer is no. Then you Google who owns the Helldivers 2 IP? Sony! Is Sony just the publisher? Is Sony a huge part of Arrowhead? A huge a huge part of Arrowhead's decision making? What exactly is happening here? It's so hard to tell.
For what a live game is and how developers and community can support each other to create the best game experiences. And it's true. I mean, there was a whole thing where Johan was actually tweeting yesterday saying, look, it's not just Sony's fault. I knew about this for 6 months. I knew this was going to happen and all of this. And it was going to turn into a mess, to be honest, this situation was, because it's like, where's the blame going? Is it going to Sony? Is it going to Arrowhead? Are they both at fault? Why did Sony just wake up one day and go, okay?
I'm currently, by the way, a little bit more that it's both of their faults. Because, yeah, I think someone actually commented about this yesterday also. I did not mention it. But Sony, people at Arrowhead must have known about this. Now, 6 months, I don't know if it's 6 months, but they should have known at least like a week minimum in advance that Sony's gonna demand this. Minimum. So, Arrowhead were just kind of sitting there silently. So yeah, after knowing that information and understanding that, how seriously can you take a tweet from the developers, from the CEO of Arrowhead saying, "Good job, community, whoa"? Is this just a PR stunt? I don't know. Maybe it's just all bot propaganda at this point. It's so hard to tell.
Okay, now it's time to turn this on. Was this always in the contract? It was getting really murky. But I swear, this is just insane. This is actually, like, this is just win-win. You know, like, I'm glad Sony have seen reason here because, I mean, what's been happening over the last 2 days? You've been getting hammered with negative reviews on Helldivers 2. You have just been getting hammered with PlayStation brand integrity is eroding away. You've got a game studio which is literally on top of the world just collapsing because, I mean, I can't even imagine what's been going on over there. Everything's been falling apart. You know, you've got massive, like, community outcry. You've got, you always know it's bad. If I was ever a community manager, I would always be shitting bricks if I see, like, things going outside of whatever the community is of the thing that I'm managing. Then I'd be like, uh-oh, alarm bells are ringing. You know, I'm seeing all of these massive YouTubers.
One of the also more impressive parts was after people understood it, wait a minute, even if you link your PlayStation Network account to this, some countries still can't play it. So this is absolutely unacceptable. So people who could play it actually also demanded refunds. Not because they didn't want to play the game anymore longer, but simply because that's their principle, which is very, very nice and admirable, and I respect that.
These big streamers, these, you know, celebrities, all these people are like going in. Massive news publications are starting to write about this that generally don't care about gaming stuff. It's like, this is insane. I'm worried. We need to sort this out. But and so the only way to really try and repair any of that brand damage is to go, you know what, we need to just take this back. And this is not something Sony is known for. Sony have been known for just doing whatever the hell they like.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I literally, honestly, guys, I can't believe what's happened over the last few days. I mean, we've gone from stupid bullshit of like, oh yeah, it's for account security, so go and link your account, to, you know, seeming.
That is such BS, especially considering Sony has some of the worst account security ever. Their shit gets cracked and stolen like once a year at this point.
Some devs and community managers having meltdowns, the community going absolutely nuclear, everyone saying F this, we've had enough of this now. The biggest literal Steam review bomb. Well, okay, when I'm calling it a review bomb, I just mean the frequency, the amount of reviews coming in, because it wasn't a
Well, on Steam, I don't know which ranking this is. The biggest one is Diablo 4. Or Overwatch 2. I don't know. Blizzard's a champion of being shit, so pick one.
Review bomb, you know, but it was the highest amount of, because it was a legitimate thing to complain about, negative reviews hitting a game within like a short time frame. From a game that was like overwhelmingly positive to becoming overwhelmingly negative. I think it's mostly negative at the moment now. It's crazy. I mean, like, you can see, if I bring this back in, you can already see the impact. Hang on, I'm not even on the right screen. You can see the impact here. Look, the positive reviews are starting to come in, and this is what we need to do now. We need to start the positive reviews coming in, because the game is, you know, they've fixed it. It's back to normal. It's back to normal. We need to start doing this. Actually, that is.
I don't know about this one though. I don't know. There are people who, there's two sides to this, right? There's the side that says, yes, the negative reviews are valid because bad things happened, but now we should make them positive because everything's fine now. That is one side. But the other side is, well, those negative reviews should stay there, so people, other players know that something happened. Two, to be a reminder for what could happen again if this gets attempted yet again. I am kind of like, let this stay. Over time, it's gonna correct themselves, and everyone knows that, right? But, you know.
It's a big thing. You know, we do need to start going in now and saying, look, it's time for a positive review. Justice has happened. Managed democracy has definitely happened. And it's absolutely insane. This is just insane, honestly. This, though, again, talking about the reviews, is kind of a bit crazy. So this tweet went out and I think confused a load of people, because the CEO says, it deeply saddens me that Helldivers game is also being review bombed due to the recent Helldiver 2 controversy. What he's actually talking about is the first game, not Helldivers 2 here, look. And this game, it's not nothing to do with Sony. It doesn't require a PSN account. So, yeah, it was just sort of collateral damage. But these things happen, right?
Yeah, I don't fully agree with review bombing other things, but I do get it. I do get it. I don't fully agree, but hey, if someone does it, it's like, hey, you're the company that did this, and as a company, you suffer for your bad choices.
Right. And again, the only way to stop this would have been the whole statement from Sony saying, look, we're removing the PSN requirement, which I still cannot believe has actually happened. I'm frigging losing my mind. This is crazy. This actually is crazy. Yeah, and they just wanted to say, like, what are you going to do next? Review bomb Magicka and Gauntlet. I mean, yeah, no. You're not going to do that, people. But we're not doing that anyway. We're not doing that anyway because it's all over. I cannot believe it. It's all over. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So let's go and take a look at Reddit, because you know Reddit are going to love this. So this tweet has been out for 3 hours. Not tweet, this post. It's got 32,000 upvotes. I think this will probably be the most upvoted thing ever. In fact, I need to upvote it. Boom, upvote. Let's go. This is actually insane. Like this is insane. It's insane. It's actually insane. Look at this. Like all major orders, this one was clear within 48 hours. It is true. It absolutely was. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit here. There you go. This is insane. I can't believe this. I was going to say this was defeated faster than a lot of our major orders, yeah? And this was arguably the only major order that mattered, because the game would have just been like I said, it was just, everyone was sitting there going, what the hell? The sour taste of the game was just vile. But it's gone. I feel like I've woken up and everything's back to normal. And also, this is good timing, because the new Warband comes out in a few days. so I'd assume sales would have been quite low of that. So they've sorted that out. This is just crazy. This is actually crazy, this is.
Well, I think that's actually all of it. Anyway, good job, boys. Good job, team. Democracy. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.